సంఘమిత్ర మహిళా డిగ్రీ కళాశాల.
Hello children, so this is a zoology first year class. It is a Oscaris lumbricoids life cycle. Already we discussed a Plasmodium vivax life cycle in man, Plasmodium vivax life cycle in mosquito. So two questions are completed. Children listen, life cycle of Oscaris, it is another essay question children, 8 marks question. ఇంతకు ముందు మనం 2 questions కంప్లీట్ చేసుకున్నాము. ఒకటి లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఆఫ్ ప్లాస్మోడియం వైవాక్స్ ఇన్ మ్యాన్, ఇంకొకటి లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఆఫ్ ప్లాస్మోడియం వైవాక్స్ ఇన్ మస్కిటో. 2 questions కంప్లీటెడ్ ఆర్ 2 టాపిక్స్ ఆర్ కంప్లీటెడ్. నౌ ఇంకొక టాపిక్ ఏంటంటే లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఆఫ్ ఆస్కారిస్ లుంబ్రికాయిడ్స్. సో కంప్లీట్ ఇప్పటికి 3 questions కంప్లీటెడ్, 3 టాపిక్స్ కంప్లీటెడ్. ఈ 3 questionsలో ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పుకున్న క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మ్యాన్ ఫేజ్, మస్కిటో ఫేజ్, ఇది లైఫ్ సైకిల్. ఈ 3 క్వశ్చన్లో ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఐపీలో 100% ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ టాపిక్స్ కూడా, ఈ 3 టాపిక్స్ కూడా నీట్ ఎంసెట్లో కూడా యూజ్ అవుతుంటాయి. ఇంతకు ముందు చెప్పుకున్న టాపిక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ప్లాస్మోడియం లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మ్యాన్, తర్వాత ప్లాస్మోడియం లైఫ్ సైకిల్ మస్కిటో. ఆ టాపిక్స్ ఎవరైనా చూడకున్నట్లయితే ఈ టాపిక్ కింద ఒక లింక్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ లింక్ కనుక మీరు క్లిక్ చేసినట్లయితే ఆ టాపిక్స్ మళ్ళీ మీరు వినొచ్చండి. ఓకే చిల్డ్రన్, నౌ విల్ డిస్కస్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ ఆఫ్ ఆస్కారిస్ lumbricoids. So here 2 types of Oscaris are there. One is male Oscaris, another one female Oscaris. It's also known, this Oscaris lumbricoids is also known common name roundworm, common roundworm. Okay, so the male Oscaris, it is a short in length, and the posterior part of the Oscaris, male Oscaris, it is curved structure. Children listen, this is the male Oscaris for example. That posterior part of the Oscaris lumbricoids, it is a curved structure, right? And next, it consists of cloacal aperture. What is that? Cloacal aperture. Near the cloacal aperture, one pair of pineal spicules are present. One pair of pineal spicules. Okay, so this is the male Oscaris. Listen once. The male Oscaris is short in length comparing to the female Oscaris, and the posterior part of the male Oscaris, it has curved structure, just like now at the posterior end of the male Oscaris has cloacal aperture, right? Near the cloacal aperture, a pair of pineal spicules are present. Here these pair of pineal spicules are helping transform the sperms during the copulation. Okay, so this is the male Oscaris. Now this is female Oscaris, right? So the female Oscaris is long in length, then posterior end of the female Oscaris, it is straighted length, straighted. Here the male is just curved structure and female is straighted length. Now from the mouth of the female Oscaris, just at the ventral side of the body, about one third part of the body, mouth, female genital pore is present. Female genital pore that is present at the ventral side, and about one third part of the from the mouth. So the female genital pore is present. So this is the male and female Oscaris structures. Once again listen. The male Oscaris short in length, posterior end of the body, curved structure. At this point, at the posterior part of the body, cloacal aperture is present. Near the cloacal aperture, pineal spicules are present. It is one pair. So the pineal spicules are helping transfer the sperms during the copulation. Now, the female Oscaris, it is long in length, and the posterior part of the body has straighted. Next, from the mouth, about one third part of the body, then the ventral side of the body has female genital pore is present. Right children. In small intestine, so the both male and female Oscaris copulated. After copulation, the female Oscaris, it releases 2 lakhs eggs. 2 lakhs eggs per day. After copulation, the female Oscaris release 2 lakhs eggs per day. Here children, just like this is one egg. Each egg it is surrounded by a protein coat. Listen children, each egg is surrounded by a protein coat. Here children, this is one egg. You observed it. Each egg is surrounded by a protein coat with rippled surface. You know children, the rippled means just like see here. This is the rippled surface. Okay. So the rippled surface, that's why the eggs of Ascaris is called mammulated eggs. Children, it is a MSET bit, mammulated egg, and 2 marks also children. Why is Ascaris lumbricoid eggs are called mammulated eggs? Because the eggs of Ascaris, it is surrounded by a protein coat with a rippled surface. That's why the eggs of Ascaris is called mammulated egg. Right children. So it is here the protein coat, then the protein coat is followed by the chitinous layer. See children, this is the chitinous layer. Then after the chitinous layer, lipid layer is present. Then inside of the lipid layer, cytoplasm is present. Here children, this is the cytoplasm. In cytoplasm, the nucleus is present. This is structure of a mammulated egg. Listen once again, the mammulated egg, it consists of 3 layers. One is protein coat, second one chitinous layer, and third one lipid layer. Here the eggs of Ascaris is called a mammulated egg. Why it is called mammulated egg? Because the eggs or the surface of the eggs, it is surrounded by a protein coat. You observe children, this is the protein coat with surface, with a rippled surface. With rippled surface. That's why the eggs of Ascaris is called a mammulated egg, right? Protein coat, then followed by the chitinous layer, then followed by the lipid layer. Then inside of the lipid layer, completely the cytoplasm is present. Inside of the cytoplasm, in center, the nucleus is present children. This is the structure of mammulated egg, right children? Okay, this is mammulated egg. Now, so these mammulated eggs, 2 lakhs mammulated eggs passed out along the fecal matter. Okay, these 2 lakhs eggs release outside through the fecal matter, then release outside. The next one, they take space in the soil, children here. They take space in the soil. Next, in the soil, already inside of in the soil, the development takes place inside only. Right children? The 2 lakhs eggs passed out along the fecal matter into the soil. Next, inside, the development takes place inside of the egg. Here children, inside of the egg. Next, the mammulated egg, it produces first stage rhabditiform larva. Right children? The mammulated egg, it produces a first stage rhabditiform larva. So the first stage rhabditiform larva get first molting. Okay, after first molting, they can produce second stage rhabditiform larva. You observe children, this is the second stage rhabditiform larva, and here it is the first stage rhabditiform larva. Now the second stage rhabditiform larva is infective stages of man. That means it is the transform into the another person, another new person by the contaminated food and water. If one new healthy person taking contaminated food and water, so the second stage rhabditiform larva enter into the body. Here children. So this is the second stage rhabditiform larva. The second stage rhabditiform larva enter into the new person through the contaminated food and water. Okay. So this is the new person intestine, right? Children here, they enter into the new person. First mouth, then after pharynx, next esophagus, then stomach, and finally the second stage rhabditiform larva reach into the small intestine. Here children, they reach into the small intestine. Okay. Now inside of the small intestine, the 3 layers are present around the mammulated egg. So the 3 layers are dissolved by the action of enzymes in small intestine. Here children, the 3 layers are dissolved. Now the second stage rhabditiform larva release from the small intestine. Okay. In small intestine, the 3 layers are dissolved, and next the second stage rhabditiform larva released. Now these second stage rhabditiform larva, they enter into the liver, they reach into the liver through the hepatic portal vein from the small intestine. Okay, from the small intestine, the second stage rhabdomyform larva reach into the liver through the hepatic portal vein. From the liver, the second stage rhabdomyform larva reach into the heart through the post-caval vein. Here children, they reach into the heart from the liver through post-caval vein. From the heart, the second stage rhabdomyform larva reach into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. What is the pulmonary artery? Okay, in small intestine, the second stage rhabdomyform larva release from that small intestine, they reach into the liver through the hepatic portal vein. From the liver, they reach into the heart through the post-caval vein. From the heart, they reach into the lungs through the pulmonary artery. Okay children, now inside of the lungs, it has a small sac-like structures are present, no? A small sac-like structures. That small sac-like structures are called alveoli. Alveoli. So see, from the lungs, they reach into the alveoli children. Next after, the second stage rhabdomyform larva, they reach into the lungs. From the lungs, they reach into the inside, a small sac-like structures, alveoli. They reach into the alveoli. In alveoli, the second stage rhabdomyform larva getting second molting and next change into the third stage larva. Okay, the third stage larva getting third molting, change into the fourth stage larva. Okay children, in alveoli, the second stage rhabdomyform larva getting second molting, right? They reach third stage larva. Now, the third stage larva undergoes to third molting, change into the fourth stage larva. Now, the fourth stage larva reach branchi, next trachea, next the diagram. Listen. So this is the esophagus and stomach. Next is this is the small intestine. Okay, now these are called trachea. Next here lungs. Okay, inside lungs now. In lungs has small sacs. That is called alveoli. In alveoli, they getting second molting now and change into the third stage larva. Right. In third stage larva getting third molting and fourth stage larva. Now see children, the fourth stage larva, they reach from branchi here children. They reach into the branchi here. Then after they reach into the trachea here. Trachea. Okay. From the trachea, they reach into the larynx here. This is the larynx. Okay. From the larynx, they reach into the glottis here. Glottis. From the glottis, they reach into the pharynx. Here children, this is the pharynx. From the pharynx, the esophagus. The esophagus, they reach into the stomach. Okay. Then stomach, they reach into the small intestine. Here children, in small intestine, they are getting fourth molting and change into the young ones. So here children, they are getting fourth molting and change into young ones. Okay. Understood no children? Here lungs, alveoli, bronchi, trachea, larynx, next pharynx, esophagus, stomach and next small intestine. In small intestine, they get change into the young ones. Okay, once again listen. The male and female Oscaris copulated in small intestine. The female Oscaris release 2 lakhs eggs per day. The eggs of Oscaris is called mammulated eggs. Why it is called mammulated eggs? Because the eggs of the Oscaris is surrounded by the protein coat with rippled surface. That's why the eggs of Oscaris is called mammulated eggs. Now, so the mammulated eggs, they release out through the fecal matter. They pass out through the fecal matter into the soil. Inside of the soil, they develop inside of the egg. Then the mammulated egg produce first stage rhabdomyform larva. They are getting first molting, change into the second stage rhabditiform larva. Birds take a second stage rhabditiform larva, it is infective stage to the other persons or new persons. Whenever a healthy person taken the contaminated food and water, then the second stage rhabditiform larva enter into the new person. So here children, they enter into the new person of the small intestine. In small intestine, the second stage rhabditiform larva, it's surrounded by 3 layers now, protein coat, chitinous and lipid layer. The 3 layers are dissolved. Then the second stage rhabditiform larva release into the. So from the small intestine, the second stage rhabditiform larva reach into liver through the hepatic portal vein. From the liver, so children, this is liver. Okay, from the liver, the second stage rhabditiform larva reach into heart through the post-caval vein. From the heart, the second stage rhabditiform larva reach into lungs through the pulmonary artery. See children, the lungs contain a small sac-like structures. The sac-like structures, tiny sac-like structures, that is called alveoli. From the lungs, they reach into the alveoli. See, they develop into the third stage larva by the second molting. The third stage larva getting third molting, change into fourth stage. The fourth stage larva, they reach into the branchi. From the branchi, they reach into the trachea. Trachea to larynx, larynx to glottis, glottis to pharynx, pharynx to esophagus, esophagus to stomach. Next, they reach into finally small intestine. In small intestine, they can develop into the fourth stage larva, fourth molting, and next they into the young ones. Okay children, so this is the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids. Okay. Now children, the life cycle of Ascaris lumbricoids, the parasite, the Ascaris lumbricoids, it causing the one disease, ascariasis. Ascariasis. Okay, the disease name ascariasis.